Bakers are turning out such beautifully decorated layer cakes, but today we take a deeper look. Literally, Mandy Merriman is taking us inside these fancy cakes. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you too, Brooke.
We love you. We've missed
back.
you. What is happening inside the cake world?
Cake land is on fire right now. I am in love with every second of it, and I love that we are doing the drip cakes, we're doing fancy sprinkles, we're doing all kinds of exterior decoration, but now we are taking a step further in the inside and making sure that when we go inside the cake, we have just as much of a love affair with our cake as we do the outside. It is delicious.
So when you say love affair, and I'm looking at these beautifully designed cakes, I think I have a love affair with looking at them. I think I could never in a million years make polka dots or buffalo check or a heart inside my cake. Is it hard?
You can do this. These are the first times I've ever made these cakes, and it worked on the first time. So if we can have that happen for me,
you're Mandy Merriman.
No, I will give you guys the steps of how to do this. It's so fantastic. And really what you have to do is think in kind of a 3D way inside your head while you're making the cake.
Okay.
So you just have to take a second, think about it, make it work.
So tell us what you did with the polka dots first.
So polka dot cake, what I did is I grabbed these silicone molds. They're from Amazon. I think they were like $7 or $8, not too crazy. And what I did is I baked my cakes, my cake rounds just regularly, what I did, let me backtrack, that's for the other one. This one you actually dump in your cake mix just halfway through, and then you put the lid on, and then you bake it for probably just about 15-20 minutes, and then you pull them off and you have these little cake balls.
Okay.
So I learned that just filling it halfway is good. Any more than that, they'll probably overflow and be a problem.
And then how do you get the cake balls inside the cake?
You bake it again inside your white cake mix. So let's say you have your cake round right here.
Yeah.
And what you'll do is you'll put your cake mix in that's white, and you'll put these guys in as well, and you'll bake it again. And I would think, oh man, that's gonna make them super dry, it's gonna mess them up, but they're just as moist as the first time you baked them. They just have that protective exterior from the white cake mix. So what's kind of cool about this one is it's totally a surprise, because when you cut into it, you can't remember where the little like pink balls were.
So it's like, who's gonna get a polka dot?
Wait. And so that was kind of fun to slice into it. You could do rainbow colors, you could do red, you could do any different kind of colors that you want. So that one was super fun.
Guess what? I could do that.
You could totally
Even
do this.
I could do
the
that.
little balls, you just pop them in there. And these aren't the ones that you make with frosting. This is 100% cake.
Just cake.
Just cake inside that one.
Okay. And do they shift or do they move, or is where you place them actually where they bake out to be?
Stay where they are. You just have to make sure that where you put the cake ball in here, that you cover that with the cake mix that's already made.
But there's probably a strategy if you really were to break it down, how you could get a polka dot in almost every bite.
You could, if you like smashed them all together and made like a row, every slice would have one. But it's kind of fun to have it haphazard.
And how did you get them so vibrantly pink?
So I used Wilton gel colorings. You can use Americolor gel colorings. I just colored regular cake mix. You could even play with the flavors and just make a strawberry one as itself, so the color speaks for itself.
All right.
And the pink, so that's how I did the polka dot cake. So for the heart cake, that was the one that I just woke up in the middle of the night. I'm like, I have to try this. I have to do this.
It was inspiration?
Yes, and I wanted it to be ombre.
Oh, ombre. I didn't notice it was ombre.
Yeah, so you have a light pink progressing to the maroon.
Stop.
I wanted it to match the exterior. So cute. So this one is the one that required a little more blondie brain power here. So what I did is I started off with baking 3 white rounds.
Okay.
Set it aside.
Got it.
And then I had my white cake mix, and then I dyed some of it maroon, some of it the light pink, and then the next one I did just kind of the middle flavor.
This is a third batch of batter?
Yeah, so you have 3 rounds. So pretend like this is your whites. These are your pinks.
They're aside, okay.
So next what I did is I took these and I ripped them apart into little piles of color.
Okay.
So what I did with those is I actually stuffed them inside this cake. So what's here? This is just straight up cake. So what I would do is I took my knife on a cold cake and I sliced a cone in the bottom layer, and then I stuffed in all the pink, and then I pushed it down, and then I put the next layer on, stuffed it with this one.
Hold on, did you carve out?
Yeah, so with my knife, what I did is with a cold cake is the key.
Okay,
It has to be cold.
Before you frost it.
Before you frost it, what I did is I cut out, you think of like a 3D heart inside the cake.
Okay.
So I have the cone, and then the cone's a little bit bigger, and then the top, what I did is I flipped it over, so pretend like this is it. I used my melon baller to just carve out just a circle right here. So you still have the middle, which is gonna be the point of the heart in the middle.
Right.
And the inside, and then I just flipped it over on top. And guys, this was a miracle. I was telling my family, I'm like, I hope this cake works. I can't believe it. And it totally works. And I'm gonna have a tutorial, a time lapse on my Instagram where you can see me do step by step sometime this week. So
we are looking at the miracle cake.
I was so happy. It was a happy dance, you guys.
For the miracle cake. So, that's amazing.
Oh, I love how this one worked out. And everyone gets a little slice of a little heart.
I couldn't eat it. I would just sit and stare.
Sit and be like, what?
Whoa.
It tastes so good. You can't not eat it. It's delicious.
Hashtag miracle cake.
So that's how we did that one. The very last one is our, like, the lumberjack buffalo plaid
This
cake.
is where you're getting really crazy town. Buffalo check is the huge pattern trend of the moment.
Yes.
Look what you've done. How have you done it?
I love this. So typically you would see this as kind of a tree stump, but I wanted to make it a little more sophisticated, all dolled up for Valentine's Day with the black buttercream, and we'll talk about the black buttercream in a second.
I've never seen black buttercream.
It's delicious. I was scared at first. I'm like, it's gonna make my teeth black, my tongue black, everything will be black, but no, it actually, you don't use as much black food coloring as you would think.
Okay.
So what I did is I started off baking 3 cake rounds, and the first one I just had a red cake mix, and I added a little bit more red, dark red, like a maroon Americolor to make it maroon, and then I have my black.
Okay.
So I used my black. You can use Wilton gel.
My head kind of hurts.
You can use Wilton gel, or you can use that.
Thinking about this, okay.
So just think red, maroon, black.
Okay.
So those are our colors in here.
Yes.
So what I did is I sliced them while they were cold. Has to be cold. If you cut them when they're warm, oh, you're gonna hate me in the morning. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna slice in a medium circle and then a little baby dot.
Okay.
So those are your steps. So,
in all of them?
Yep, in all of them. So I sliced it down the middle because I wanted to have more layers instead of just 3.
More checks is better.
So what I do is I take it about a 1/2 inch or an inch from the inside.
Okay.
And it really doesn't have to be an exact science. I measured it out last time and that's fine, but this will still work fine.
It lines up good enough.
It lines up just fine, and it's going inside the cake anyway. So there's that layer.
Okay.
I'm cutting them at the same time, so they'll be the same layers.
Oh, that's smart.
They'll be the same size.
Right.
There we go. And the next, we just pop them out like we did for these. They
Okay.
just slice out. So this is where you can have lots and lots of fun with this. Just want to make sure I'm not.
Really, my head's hurting just thinking about how this is going to happen.
You got this. You got this. I know when people look at it, they're like, how the heck did this happen? But let me show you. It's super easy.
Okay.
So we're just going to take, let's start with our black. We're going to stick it right inside that layer.
Okay.
Then we're going to stick in our red.
Okay.
So there, done.
So red, black, red.
Yep. Next, we're going to stick this one in here.
Okay.
We're going to stick our, there.
Red,
done.
black, red.
There
Okay.
we go. And then next, we're going to switch out these ones.
Black, maroon.
Black, maroon. And you
black?
can really do anyone. Yep. And black in the middle.
Okay.
And then we're going to do maroon in that one, and then black in that one.
Okay.
See, so far you're with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
We're not too crazy? Okay.
Okay.
We'll stick them in. So, done and done.
Now what?
Awesome. So, what I like to do is I like to stick these in the freezer just over a little bit, just to cover up, to
Okay.
make sure it's still pretty cold.
Okay.
Next is our black buttercream. So, how I achieved this look without going all crazy with the black coloring is you make dark chocolate buttercream. So it's already really, really dark brown. That way you only have to add in probably a 1/2 tablespoon, 1/2 teaspoon of your coloring, depending on what coloring you use.
Okay.
And it gets this gorgeous black.
And this is going to bind our layers?
It is going to stick our layers together. So first, I'm going to stick this down. This is going to be our glue that holds it together.
About a minute, Mandy. Can we do it?
Yeah, we can do it.
We can do anything.
Or we can get the basic
This is the miracle cake baker, didn't you know?
There we go. And then we're going to stick this down.
Okay.
And then we're going to add on our next layer. And really, you just stack it so that, see, the black was here. We'll do the black on the outside
So it's opposite. So red lays over black, black lays over red. Mm-hmm. And really, I'm not going to even think about it that hard. I'm just going to copy your tutorial. Is that fine?
You just do that. Yep, it's going to be on my website, just the time lapse anyway, which is just the fast motion of me.
Oh, your time lapses
it.
are so fun.
I love those.
Yeah.
Those have really gotten a lot of attention.
So now when you cut it, voila.
Now you're gonna get all those. So after I finish it off with more black on the outside, and then I top it off with my favorite Valentine sprinkles, and you're there.
You are the cake queen. You are the queen of cake hearts.
You are so kind.
Where can we look for your tutorial?
Okay, so Baking with Blondie I'm on Instagram there, or you can go to my website, bakingwithblondie.blogspot.com. And so we have a lot of exciting things coming up there in 2019. I'm actually right now in the process of shooting for my cookbook.
Awesome.
So I'm really excited about that. And so more information will be on that later.
Cookbook in 2019?
2019. So
you haven't said that yet.
On my
Hello.
Right?
Just still a year of our life.
Just did that. I know. In my Insta stories, I give a peek of what I'm shooting every day. So
you want to follow her. It's so much fun, so inspiring, and you don't gain a calorie just from looking. I love that as well.
Calorie-free photos.
Thanks.